This is the second status update for Ragtop Video. I chose a strange time to start doing these after doing Ragtop Video for over a decade now, because I don't travel. When I first started, I was traveling to these different fields and I was doing nearly 10 or more events a year. But now I just do events at Wayne's World of Paintball. And even though we think of Wayne's World as a scenario paintball field, they only have 3 24-hour games a year and a couple of 1-day and 2-day events. So I don't have a whole lot to add to these status updates. I did just finish the Hatfields and McCoy's game, and I'm going to show that video in a second. And I do have a surprise announcement for the fall 24-hour game, at least to maybe a handful of people who haven't already heard. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to add. I did mention my stabilizer rig I was trying to work on, and I used it. It was for a smaller event before the Hatfield and McCoy's, I think. But anyway, it didn't work for me as per the usual. It seemed to add more motion to the video than take away. So that's still a work in progress. So the last game I videotaped was the First Strike, Second Strike game at Wayne's World of Paintball, called Hatfield's vs. McCoy's. It's never been one of the largest games at Wayne's World, I guess because it's in the middle of July. But it's never really seemed to drop off the numbers during their session that some of the other events have. It's always been sort of level player-wise. This year was pretty good. They had 100 pre-registered. I don't think that many actually showed up though, because I think they were afraid of the rain. But usually on Sunday there's a major drop-off in players. A lot of people just come play Saturday and don't come Sunday. But this year it seemed about level each day, and that was pretty good. They tried something different this game by adding a river through the middle of the field to change things up a little bit. I thought that was very interesting. I always like games that add a different wrinkle to it and force players to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and rethink their strategies. I like changing things up each game because it keeps players from getting into a rut of doing exactly the same thing over and over again. When I hosted small games in my backyard, I would change the starting positions of everybody around the field. And this would just change things up enough that maybe their favorite tree, their favorite bunker wasn't quite right now, that they would have to look for somewhere else to go to. Otherwise, Phil would always go to there, and John over this way, and so forth, game after game. And I like to mix things up a little bit like that. Even though current paintball is, tournament paintball seems to enforce the rut. Well, enough reminiscing. Let's go back to explain how this river affected the game.
As you guys can see on the maps you have, there's a river down the central road. There is 3 points where you can cross the river. One is right by the south entrance, which is right over here.
Which is the dog. Don't shoot the dog.
One is all the way by Checkpoint, and one is in the middle of Sinkertown. Those are the only 3 spots you can cross the river. So you guys go through the tape, and I will have reps walking in that river all day long. So you guys go through that tape, you will be out, and you will be sent back to your base.
All the way through.
He's out, let him out.
The presence of the river made attacking Sinkertown much more difficult. You couldn't just wrap it around like you usually do, because the river cut it in half. Orange got the mission, but when they vacated the area, they left the prop.
got it.
Start at the base, you need to tie it up at the front.
Hey. Hey, where's the guy on the left? I'm trying to
Check your arm. Check his hopper right there.
Now for the not so exclusive indoor timely news I got for the 24-hour game at Wayne's World of Paintball coming up, which is going to be called the Flight of Phoenix September 21st. I don't have any information on the background of the game yet, but I do know that the XOs for both teams will be Rocky Cagnoni, one of the more famous faces of paintball and a Florida native. He was a front player for Team Avalanche, and he now works for Dye. And his opposing XO will be Paul PGP Bolenbach, who was a captain for the Jacksonville Warriors and now is the sales manager for Key Action Sports. So I'm really looking forward to the Flight of the Phoenix game. I'm also going to be working hard through October on my part of the Haunted Trail at Wayne's World of Paintball. This is not a paintball event, but if you haven't been involved with it or heard about it, you really should check it out at the Wayne's World site. It's a lot of fun. This is going to be my 4th year of doing it, and it's for a good cause, Toys for Tots. So check that out, and I have another video coming soon.